What's up, guys? I've got some breaking news for you. Looks like Andrew Cuomo, former governor of New York, is throwing his hat in the ring for mayor of New York City, which is kind of like I don't know, it's like a weird downgrade in a sense. We're going to cover it. Welcome to the Valenti VOD. I'm your host, Chris Valenti. I was doing research for Rabbit Hole, which comes out tonight at 7 o'clock, so make sure you're tuned in for that. Make sure you're subscribed. You've got the notification bell on. Drop a like, a comment. You donate $7,000 to the channel. I don't give a shit if you comment your favorite fucking number. It helps. It's free, and it, boosts up the algorithm. Also, I've got merch now. That should be down below. If you're interested in ground news, you can get a 20% off using my link in the bio. And other than that, let's get right to it. All right. So Andrew Cuomo, he launched this is like an hour ago. He launched this 17.5-minute long announcement for his campaign, which is fucking ludicrous. Okay, and if you don't know like the history of Cuomo, like he was the governor of New York from 2011 to 2021. A lot of different controversies. I mean, one of them during COVID, he like kept nursing homes open, and I guess like COVID spread into the nursing homes and wiped out a whole bunch of people. Then he had like some alleged sexual harassment stuff, some scandals about that. But let's watch just like the beginning of this, because we're not fucking watching the full 17.5 minutes. But let's listen to let's see what he's got to say, because Eric Adams, the current mayor in New York City, he's a fucking piece of shit. All right, every fucking New Yorker knows that. And not only is Eric Adams a fucking piece of shit, but he's also being blackmailed by Donald Trump, because he's got so many corruption charges. The Trump administration is like, yeah, listen, you're gonna let Tom Homan and the rest of ICE just deport as many undocumented immigrants as we can find, and if you get in the way, we're gonna bring the charges back on you. We're gonna throw you in prison. But let's watch a little bit of this. All right.
Hello, I'm Andrew Cuomo.
Hi.
Let me start by telling you what you already know.
What do I know?
New York City is the greatest city in the world.
It is.
There is no other place like it. And as in life, we have had times when we are at our shining best.
Get this guy to Stella Adler, all right? This guy needs a fucking acting class.
And there are times when we struggle and endure great hardship. But we also know that we can handle a crisis, because we have. We recently did it together through COVID. And we know that the first step towards solving a problem is having the strength, having the courage to recognize it.
Yeah, brother. I mean, I've been through the 12 steps. I know step 1 is admitting that you got a fucking problem. I mean, what the fuck is going on right
And
now?
we know that
I'm trying to give him a chance. I know my mom likes Cuomo, all right?
today our New York City is in trouble. You feel it when you walk down the street and try not to make eye contact with a mentally ill homeless person, or when the anxiety rises up.
Does he think all homeless people are mentally ill? Brother, we have a fucking housing crisis. There's so many homeless people. A lot of them are veterans. They're not all fucking mentally ill. They are just victims of this terrible hyper-capitalist system. Lack of social safety nets, you stupid suit. Holy shit.
Up in your chest as you're walking down into the subway. You see it in the empty storefronts, the graffiti, the grime, the migrant influx, the random violence.
The migrant influx! Oh my God! Brother, I think everyone's just tacking to the right. Like, I mean, we got like Bernie Sanders, and like Ro Khanna and AOC, but this motherfucker, he's just tacking to the right. This guy's been a Democrat his whole life. We got a migrant influx. Oh my God, I'm gonna gag.
The city just feels threatening, out of control, and in crisis. These conditions exist not as an act of God, but rather as an act of our political leaders.
Okay.
Or more precisely, the lack of intelligent action by many of our political leaders. But New Yorkers know the simple answer of what to do when there's a crisis in leadership. You lead, you act, you do. I had the honor to serve the public in every level of government. In my 20s, with my father when he was governor, with Mayor David Dinkins on
don't forget, fucking Andrew Cuomo's dad was Mario Cuomo, okay? We got the Mario Cuomo Bridge, right? Mario Cuomo was also a governor. This is like a mini version of the Kennedys, right? This is like a family dynasty. Now, listen, have your own opinion on the Cuomos. Don't fucking matter to me. I mean, I'm a New Yorker. I lived under a Cuomo. My dad lived under a Cuomo. My mom lived under a Cuomo. Fucking everybody's lived under the goddamn Cuomos. And New York is, it's been it's better than it was. I mean, really, to be fucking frank, you got to thank Rudy Giuliani for that, because Giuliani's the guy who cleaned up the mob. But let me turn up the volume on my mic a little bit. Why didn't you fucking tell me, you bastard? Let's keep on watching.
Homelessness with President Bill Clinton as Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, where we worked with cities all across the nation, and as New York State Attorney General, and as your governor. I know government can make a positive difference, because we did. Was it easy? No. But together we achieved historic, progressive accomplishments. We did things they said couldn't be done. We changed lives by setting the highest minimum wage in the nation, a 66% increase. We saved lives by enacting the toughest gun violence protection laws in America.
Fair.
We created new families by leading the nation in passing marriage equality, which
is something I want to talk about just for a quick side note. As somebody who's, a New Yorker, bro, I've had motherfuckers talk about, like, why can't you have concealed carry in New York? Are you out of your fucking mind, bro? Could you imagine if everybody on the subway had a Glock? Do you know what the fuck would happen? It would look like GTA. It would look like GTA in that motherfucking city.
A new civil right for the LGBTQ community and set a new standard for the country. We created the best paid family leave program, enshrined Roe v. Wade into state law 3 years before Trump's Supreme Court ended a woman's right to control her own body, enacted the most aggressive green economy program in the country, and highest minority business participation. We showed that government can actually work and get things done. Big, hard, important things.
Big and hard,
and get them done well. A new LaGuardia Airport that went from the worst in the country to the best. The beautiful new Moynihan train station. A new Second Avenue subway line. A new Kosciuszko Bridge. And the largest infrastructure project in the nation, done on time and on budget, the Mario M. Cuomo Bridge. And on top of it all, we faced COVID, which was an historic life and death challenge. And we had it first and worst, with no warning. Bro, we were on our own.
You motherfuckers watching, you got no idea. You got no idea what it was like in New York City when COVID hit the streets. It was like March 9th or 10th or some shit. I was doing a 2-person off-Broadway play. And the streets, man, the streets, one by one, people started wearing masks and then gloves, and then the streets started thinning out. It was weird. It was dark. And I was in this 2-person show, and I was like, hey, I don't think I'm going to do the show. I think I'm out. I think I'm going to fuck off out of Manhattan. And they were like, what do you mean? It's a 2-person show. And I was like, I'm out of here. And I was right, because like the next fucking day, it was like an atom bomb went off. Everybody was fucking gone. It was crazy. It was crazy.
And we were pushed to our limits, but we got through it together, and we led the nation. We didn't do these things because they were easy. They weren't. They were hard, but they were necessary.
Brother, you didn't do those things because you wanted to. You're a fucking capitalist, bro. I know who you are. You did those things because it was the popular thing to do and you wanted to stay in power. And now that the quote-unquote popular thing to do is to, kiss the ring of Trump, you're going to allow... You're pretty much fucking... Brother, I heard you say we got a migrant crisis. We don't got a fucking migrant crisis. We got a housing crisis. And because of that, people can't fucking afford to live in places. And because of that, we got a whole bunch of fucking homeless people. That ain't the problem of them coming from Nicaragua or Venezuela, dipshit. That's a problem of the fact that minimum wage is dog shit federally, even in New York fucking City. And the price of everything is too fucking high, all right? And instead of having Donald Trump lower the price of goddamn eggs. We got him fucking telling Zelensky we're not having a peace deal and he can go fuck himself with a corkscrew. Get the fuck out of my face.
And today, it is necessary to launch a bold action plan to turn New York City around.
A bat! We're launching a bat! We're launching a bat! Sorry.
To save our city. We now walk down the street passing homeless people living in garbage. And it's become so commonplace.
Brother goes. Brother said living in garbage.
We now walk down the street passing homeless people.
All right, he goes living in garbage. You know what this is? Do you know what this is? I know it's like I know it's in a trash bag. You know what that is? Those are recyclables. You want to know why he's got bags as recyclables? Because he's collecting them out of the trash and he's taking them over to the Coinstar, I think, or whatever the fuck it's called, where you can turn in plastic for money. And he's trying to get enough money for a fucking meal. I love how we're just avoiding the problem. I love how we're just losing the entire forest and focusing on a tree. We're like, oh, he's living in garbage. Motherfucker, that he's trying to get some money for a snack. You unempathetic son of a bitch. Unempathetic son of a bitch. Did you even get this guy's permission to use his fucking photo in your campaign? I highly fucking doubt you did. I really fucking doubt you did.
Living in garbage. And it's become so commonplace that we have become conditioned to think that it is okay.
It's not okay. And that's not the fucking point. The fucking point is that you're treating these people, you're phrasing it as if these people are like just downtrodden, you know, and oh, they're off their luck. Oh, they made it. No, motherfucker, this is the consequences of the lack of regulatory systems in this nation. This is the consequences of allowing fucking billionaires to hoard all the wealth and make us scrounge for the scraps. The fuck do you think happens?
That there's nothing we can do about it. No, it's wrong. It is not advancing civil rights to abandon seriously mentally ill people to the street, allowing them to endanger themselves or others. We are better than that.
What's your solution?
And they deserve better than that.
What's your solution, brother? We're fucking almost 5 minutes into the video. Give me a goddamn solution.
Help they need. That is the caring, the loving thing to do. That is what New Yorkers believe is the right thing to do.
I agree.
And that is what a competent, effective government must do.
I agree.
We must attack the crime problem. After politicians have been minimizing the need for police and cutting funding, we must acknowledge the simple truth that they are just plain wrong. Deadly.
Dude, New York City is I'm pretty sure we get the most funding out of any police department in the fucking country. We've got a submarine and an office in Israel and in Tel Aviv, brother. What do you mean we need more funding for the fucking police? We need funding for the social safety nets. Oh my God, how do you just say all the things? And I'm like, I agree. And then you go, so we're gonna give the cops more money. What?
Wrong. They set us back, and we must now return to actually fighting crime.
Oh my God.
Let's remember what Mayor David Dinkins did when he took office, and we had a crime problem. He hired 6,000 new police officers, a 40% increase in force. While today we have fewer cops for a larger city.
The music, bro. The music, it's like a smooth piano. And he's like, we need a military police force. We need to double the amount of cops with assault rifles.
We need more police and specialized units. And law enforcement must focus on the small number of recidivists who commit the large number of crimes. We must also restore a relationship of mutual trust and respect between the police and the community.
Yeah, I'll be sure.
The police have been devalued. And today people don't even want to apply to be police officers. That must change. And our subway system, it was a visionary achievement.
Brother, do you have anything to say about like police brutality at all?
Demonstrating New York at its best. They began construction in 1900, and in just 4 years built a system that went from City Hall to 145th Street in Manhattan.
Yeah, you want to know who did that, Andrew? The unions. You son of a bitch.
With 28 stops, including Grand Central and Times Square. Remarkable, really. Government worked, and the subways were safe. But today, people stand with their backs against the walls, away from the tracks, and away from each other.
Fair.
Wary, on guard, afraid they might be the next victim. Afraid of New York at its worst. Why? Because once again, government leadership has failed to perform a basic function: public safety. We need a significant presence of real police, not publicity stunts with short-term efforts. A permanent, significant increase by the city and state, more NYPD, MTA police, state police, whatever is necessary to make our subway safe 24 hours a day. Safe as an alternative to driving. Safe for our working men and women.
Yes, subway needs to be safer. I get it. I understand that. But increasing police presence and making our tax dollars go into hiring more police officers and paying more police officers and increasing the amount of funding that we're giving the police is not the solution. Okay, the problem with people like subway pushers and shit. Do we need cops in the subways? Yes. Okay, but this is a mental health issue, okay? Like you were saying earlier, talking about all the fucking homeless people, saying that they're all mentally ill and they're living in trash. Bro, those people are victims of the system. If we want to lower the amount of people who are horrified to live in New York City because they don't want to get pushed by some crazy person on the subway, then maybe perhaps the best way to do that would be to start creating some social safety nets, using our tax dollars to create programs that will actually terminate the problem at its root, which is mental health, which is housing. When people don't have fucking shelter and they're living in trash like you're talking about, when people are homeless like that, they start to lose their fucking mind, like you're saying. And when people start to lose their mind, they do crazy fucking shit. The solution to the problem is not increasing police presence, it's getting the root. It's mental health, my guy.
And safe for my daughters and for yours. And we must bring order to the chaos of e-bikes on our streets and sidewalks.
What are you talking about?
Pedestrians are getting needlessly hurt and even killed.
This seems like a personal thing.
It must end. We must stop talking and actually start building thousands of new affordable units and create thousands of good jobs in the process. Look around you. We know how to build. We built the greatest city on the planet. We built the Empire State Building in 1 year in the middle of the Great Depression.
That's fair.
It is basic competence. Government just has to get out of its own way and get it done. Our public housing is 50, 60 years old. Many developments have open areas. We should be transforming them on a large-scale basis to modern mixed-income communities. We did it at HUD 25 years ago. Cities across the country have done it. And we can too. It's long overdue. We must do more to advance social justice. And a top priority must be investing in training and jobs rather than jails. Many have said it. Now it's time to do it. We must provide economic alternatives for young minority men now turning to crime.
Why the fuck do you just bind minorities with crime? What the fuck is this dude? Fucking 93% of all crimes are committed by U.S. citizens. Who gives a shit with their fucking races? Oh my God! What is this fuck? This is dog whistling.
Vocational training, apprentice programs, positive opportunities. We can do it, and we will do it. The tragic situation in the Middle East generates strong opinions, understandably. It is a terrible story of human loss and suffering.
Cocksucker
but
Duncan
nothing
got the fucking
justifies racism
Israel.
And anti-Semitism. We have the largest Jewish population outside of Israel.
Okay, you said it.
They are our neighbors and friends.
You gonna say
they
Palestine?
Are our family, literally.
You gonna say Palestine?
They helped build this city. It is their home. And they must feel safe.
You gonna say Palestine?
Our New York City should not be tolerating any harassment or disparagement of our Jewish brothers and sisters. and certainly not from our elected officials.
Trying to get that APAC check, Andrew? You sick fuck.
In fact, they should be condemning it. The law must be aggressively enforced, and our New York should go even further and be at the forefront,
Say Palestine,
leading the fight against the global rise of anti-Semitism. But to do any of this, we need a government that can actually perform. We need a government with leadership that can take a stand and get things done.
Hey, pussy boy, Andrew Cuomo. It ain't a conflict in the Middle East. It's a genocide in Palestine that is being enacted by Israel, where your NYPD has a fucking office in Tel Aviv. Okay? It's so well funded that we've got an office all the way in Israel. I wonder why. Maybe it's because we're all in the pocket of fucking APAC. Maybe it's because New York City is practically just another branch of Mossad. I'm just kidding. Allegedly.
Intelligently, professionally, efficiently, effectively, and do it now. To me, the founding premise of a progressive Democratic Party is all about serving working men and women.
This sick fuck wouldn't even say Palestine.
But the cruel irony is they are the ones now paying the highest price for New York's failed Democratic leadership. The affordability crisis, the madness of the mass transit system, mainly affects the poor and middle class, and 75% of the victims of crime are black and brown. This is not progressive policy, but in fact, regressive policy.
What's the solution? More cops?
John Kennedy, LBJ, Mario Cuomo, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama taught us what it meant to have a true progressive government. It wasn't about rhetoric, but results. Look at the word. Progressive government makes progress. They focused on issues that mattered to people in their day-to-day lives.
You know what's crazy about watching this type of shit? Makes you realize, I could do this better than you. You want to get the fucking people riled up? You think this is how you fucking do it? With a 17.5-minute long speech like this, brother? Where you're just spewing out right-wing talking points under the veil of being a fucking Democrat your whole life? Brother, I could do this shit better than you. Maybe I fucking will. Give me a couple years, Andrew. I'll take the fucking throne from yous. Show you what real leadership's supposed to look and sound like.
Issues that were relevant to them. And then they actually made life better for people. And that is what Democrats must do once again.
What are you
New York birthed the original progressive movement, and it worked. It lifted this city, this state, this nation to new heights. And it is time for its rebirth. And the place is New York, and the time is now. My philosophy as an elected official is simple. I work for you, not the politicians and not the special interests.
You are a politician.
I work as hard as you.
What about APAC, bitch boy?
24/7. I know what needs to be done, and I know how to do it. Experience matters. Leading New York City in the midst of a crisis is not the time or the place for on-the-job training. Did I always do everything right in my year?
Hold on. I want to do something funny during this. This is going to be funny. You ready? I'm a piece of shit.
Years of government service? Of course not. Would I do some things differently, knowing what I know now? Certainly. Did I make mistakes? Some painfully? Definitely. And I believe I learned from them and that I am a better person for it. And I hope to show you that every day. But I promise you this, I know what needs to be done and I know how to do it.
Just so you know, he don't give a shit if he becomes the mayor. This is his first step in trying to run for president in 2028. Mark my fucking words, if we even got an election at that point.
And I will give it my all to get the job done. And it will get done. And I will work with anyone who wants to work for the benefit of New York. I will cooperate and collaborate on any and every level. I have worked with President Trump in many different situations.
There it is. There it is.
And I hope President Trump remembers his hometown and works with us to make it better. But make no mistake, I will stand up and fight for New York. I have done it before, and I will do it again. I will fight Washington and Albany to make sure we get our fair share of funding and to protect the rights and values that New Yorkers hold dear, that we believe that any discrimination by race, color, or creed is anti-American. We do not harbor criminals, but we believe in lawful, intelligent immigration because we are a city of immigrants. We believe good government helps people lift themselves up to reach their full potential, and that then raises us all. We believe integrity in government is essential to ensure opportunity and justice for all. My friends, we can save our city. We are New Yorkers. We are a special breed. You have to be to live in this town.
We're New Yorkers. We're better than you. We're New Yorkers and you're not. You're not. We built this city. We built this nation. We built this economy. Most important city in the world. Most important city in the world. You mean nothing. We mean everything.
We are New York tough.
Yeah.
Knock us down and we get
back up.
And
oh,
we are
yeah.
Stronger and smarter.
9/11 was bad.
That is who we are.
Yeah.
We survived 9/11. The economic attack.
Motherfucker, I could write this shit. I know you're going to call me like a pre-watch Andy, but I swear on my father's soul, I did not pre-watch this. I could have fucking written this shit. Are you out of your mind? This is like Lois Griffin when she ran for 9/11 was bad.
2007, hurricanes, floods, superstorms, deadly diseases. We are a people built from the greatest talents from all over the globe. We can do anything when we are together. But time is short, and we must do it now. We must do it not just for the sake of New Yorkers. We must do it because New York stands for something bigger. At this time when the nation is searching for its soul, divided as never before, questioning our democratic values, questioning the very role of government and the balance of power, New York must show the way forward.
All right, I'm with
and
you
remind the nation of who we are, because it all started here. This was the epicenter. It is this country's past, and it forecasts the future. New York says that we can't run from each other, but rather we must turn towards each other.
Valid.
That our diversity is not a weakness.
Yes.
But in fact, our diversity is our greatest strength.
Yes.
That our city brings people together from all around the world in one place, one dense place.
Which is why we're going to increase the cops.
People on 300 square miles.
We need more cops.
A cauldron of humanity, sharing ideas, celebrating cultures, exchanging experiences, exciting the imagination, creating a collective energy, a community with a spirit of inclusion, not exclusion. Acceptance, not rejection, and love, not hate. Our founding fathers expressed their vision for America in 3 words. E pluribus unum, out of many one. We say it in 3 words. New York City. And that, my friends, is what makes this city unique. The place, the space that is the heart of the American dream and an international phenomenon. That is New York at its best. As the great E.B. White said, New York is to the nation what the white church spire is to the village, the visible symbol of aspiration and faith, the white plume saying, the way is up. I am not saying this is going to be easy. It won't be easy. But I know we can turn the city around.
Yeah.
And I believe I can help. And that is why I announced my candidacy today for mayor of New York City.
Yeah, after being governor for
I am a lifelong
10 years.
New Yorker, and I love New York. And I want New York to not only survive, but for New York to thrive, for my children and for yours. So now the only question is, are you ready to fight to save our city? I know that I am. Let's do it. Let's do it together, and let's do it now.
All right. That was a long one. Oh my God, half an hour. All right, I'll cut the video. Guys, come to your own fucking conclusions. Listen, I judge people by their actions, not by their words. This is what we've seen throughout politicians, throughout history. He said he didn't say all the right things. He said what he would consider to be all the right things. Meanwhile, he also said he wants to increase the budget for the police. He wants to increase police presence. He wants to hire more cops. Whatever. You saw the fucking video. You watched it. We're at the end of the video. But again, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, donate $7,000 to the channel. It all really helps in the algorithm. And, I got no funding. I'm demonetized on TikTok, so anything helps. We also sell merch. We got the money off, 20% off or something for the Vantage subscription on Ground News. You can check that out in the bio. And I'll catch you tonight at 7 o'clock for the latest episode of Rabbit Hole. Here's your little teaser. It's all about planes. So for all you people who love planes, we're going to be talking about planes. Anyway, I love you. Have a good one. And never stop fighting.